I'm a Georgia Bulldog till I die. Red and black running deep inside. Got that pride, you can see it in my eyes. Stand tall, yeah, we working through the night. G.A., that's right.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Doghouse Live. Y'all already know what it is, man. I'm your host, Major. And you have entered one of the best dog channels in the nation. You already know what it is. It's the Doghouse. And this is how we rocking out. Make sure you give me a dog, go dogs in the chat. And y'all already see the thumbnail. Y'all know what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the running back room, man. I think, me personally, that we will have the best run game in college football with the running backs that we have currently, man. So hopefully we have a good turnout tonight. Hopefully everything goes well. You know, this is just how I like to bring it in, with a little bit of tunes to kind of, you know, let people roll in and make sure all the levels and everything is going good. You know, none of my mods hadn't came in yet. Hopefully I don't have to shoot nobody down. Y'all know how I get down. But we are live and direct, man. This is the Doghouse. You know what I mean? Got 3 people watching so far. Hey, man, make sure you hitting that like button, man. Keep me in the algorithm. You know what I mean? If you are a subscriber to the Doghouse, you can help the channel grow, or you can help the channel just by, you know, sending me a super thanks or either a cash app. It is available right there at the bottom of the screen for those that might be a tad bit slow. But anyway, man, this is a good day to be a dog. Good day to be a dog. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But we about to rock out, man. We about to talk about everything that we need to talk about when it comes to this running back room, because this running back room is definitely something that I'm very interested in. You know what I mean? Stacy Moore said, "Go dog." Shout out to Stacy Moore. I'm gonna drop a bomb for Stacy Moore. Yeah. Appreciate Stacy Moore for already jumping off in this thing way before the mods. You know, I gotta put your chat up so everybody can see your chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, Stacy Moore say, "Go Dogs." Well, we got a lot to talk about these running backs, man. I think Kirby has been hearing the talk. I think he's been really feeling what we've been saying. As far as the fan base, I know a lot of people don't like to believe that Kirby listens to what we say, but Kirby know what we talking about. Kirby hear all the talk. We had to hit it aggressively, and we definitely hit that thing aggressively, and I'm proud of my dogs for that. You know what I mean? I'm definitely proud of my dogs for that. So let me just give my dogs a round of applause. Yeah, man. We are in here like swimwear on the beach chair. You already know. We are in here, gang. We are in here, man. Listen, man, hopefully this is a good turnout tonight. Haven't been live in a minute, but we are live now. So, you know, let me tone it down just a bit. You know what I mean? Let me pull some things up for myself so that I can see the control panel and make sure everything is running smooth. Anyway, man, as y'all can see the thumbnail, man, I feel like the Georgia Bulldogs will have the best running back room in college football in 2026. And I only feel like that mainly because I know the potential when it comes to the run game. I know that Mike Bobo is a run-heavy type of offensive coordinator, and I also know that with my guy, Nate Frazier, especially when he gets back healthy, he is going to be the dog that we paid for. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I got to give a shout out, and I talked about it in the video. Hey, man, I've been dropping videos, you know what I'm saying, for you guys that subscribe to the channel. I've been dropping tons of videos for y'all to check out, you know what I'm saying, just giving that real unfiltered content when it comes to them dogs. I'm not biased at all, just giving it to you straight up and down, straight facts, and I got to drop a bomb for myself for that. You know what I mean? So, right now, man, as if today, we haven't got anybody else out the transfer portal. Uh, we haven't got any guys. I think we're good. Me personally, I think we're good. I think a lot of people are asking for. Well, some people are asking for offensive tackle. Some people want, even more edge rushers. I think that we're going to figure that out with the guys that we already have. And to be honest with you, you just never know what may happen with the guys that we got. So, I don't want to. I want the guys that we have right now to stay and play for the University of Georgia. I think we got a lot of talent defensively. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of the offense, man, we got to continue to talk about this run game, man. With Dowdell coming onto the scene, and I was talking to my guy Mundo. A lot of y'all already subscribed to Mundo. We was going back and forth about as far as if Nate Frazier would go into that transfer portal, or not even just Nate Frazier, just any other running back, period, with Dowdell committing to the University of Georgia. Stacy said, bro, we got to beef up. We need a natty 2026. We're definitely, I believe Georgia will be playing for a natty in 2026. Like I said, man, the coaching staff and everybody has been hearing the hype around this team, and they've been hearing all of the talk with the fan base. Obviously, they know that we're fiending for it. Hopefully, everything gets back on key. Okay, it's saying that we're successful now, so we back at it. But anyway, man, I believe that this coaching staff, I believe that Kirby Smart, Mike Bobo, all of them are trying to work to getting better guys out of that transfer portal. And they have, man. They definitely have, man. You got plenty of guys defensively, and that's where we lack that a ton. I'm not, I'm going to just be honest. A lot of people would assume that the offense was the only place where we really lacked that. No, we lacked on defense also. Let me hold on just a second. Let me close my door. Have the door opening and people coming in, right? But anyway, yeah, man. I think that offensively we needed guys. Obviously, with you having all of your starting receivers out, going out to the either going out, because they have deleted eligibility or depleted eligibility, or either transferring out. I think for the most part, most people would just, assume that we're not going to be any good offensively. But this run game, it's all gravy off in the building. Got to drop a bomb for my mod. It's all gravy. Yeah, man. My CPU is extremely high right now, probably because of the music that I was playing. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure everything is straight. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Let me turn that off. Everything is smooth, but my CPU is extremely high, and I don't like for it to be high like that. Hold on just a second, y'all. All right. Anyway, yeah, man. Like I say, man, the running back room is my favorite room, period, right? That's my favorite position. One of my favorite positions. I say the linebacker is my favorite position also, but the running back room is definitely my top position because of the fact that I've played the running back. You know what I mean? So therefore, that's just something that I'm so much more interested in. And I think that the running backs, period, college, NFL, they have taken a setback as far as being like the most popular position. I remember at one point in time, like during the 90s, the running back room was the most popular, one of the most popular positions, like, you know what I mean? But now it's kind of seemed like it's going to take a setback. But I think that Georgia has been missing that three-head monster, and we definitely have it in these guys that we have right now. Now, if you watch the video that I did previously to doing this live, you will see that I did point out, different guys, the different guys that we have, and Nate Frazier, Chauncey Barnes, as well as Dante Dowdell, and you will see that these guys are production type of players. You know what I mean? These are not guys that's going to be slack. These are not guys that won't go get up and get it done. And all three of these guys are up the middle type of guys. All three of these guys, in my opinion, can gas you at any minute. And we haven't had 1,000-yard rusher until Nate Frazier, even though he's at 947. But if you want to round it up, you can round it up to 1,000. Hey, it's on you. You know what I mean? So I got to drop a bomb for him, man. Always got to drop a bomb for my guy Nate Frazier. Glad that he decided to come back, and glad that he decided to be at a team and be at a place where we're probably going to play for a national championship. I've been saying all last season in 25 that I believe that this 26 team will be a ton better than the 25 team. You still got Talon Taylor at wide receiver, CJ Wiley. Those guys don't have a ton of experience, but you do have guys like Isaiah Canyon that does have experience. I just think that all in all, man, we just gonna be a completely dominant team in 26. I don't believe that Georgia is gonna look like 25 at all whatsoever. So I'm extremely excited about what's going on. And let me refresh something real quick. Hold on just a second. Let me refresh this real quick because something is going wrong. It's all great. Say Kirby got to get the O line better, or the run game ain't gonna matter. Well, here's the thing though: the run game does matter, right? I mean, if you're talking about not winning the national championship, I understand. But at the end of the day, I feel like the run game got to get back. We got to get back to the run game. That's what we've been missing. Obviously Nate Frazier did a hell of a job this season or last season, and glad to have him back for this season. But I think that the O-line does have to get better. I think few people have been talking about, the ones that know football has been talking about we need to get a tackle when it comes to the O-line. We have to get that together. Like that's something that, in my opinion, I have really been hoping that we did land somebody, but I don't know if Kirby Smart done shut it down. You got to think of all of the guys that we already got out of the transfer portal. That's why I was talking to one of my guys today, and I think that they really shut it down when it came to the wide receiver room. Like, I think they've shut down the transfer portal when it come to that. I don't think they completely shut down because obviously you still got, 2 more days. So you got 2 more days to grab somebody out the portal. So maybe, just maybe, they'll grab somebody out the portal and try to grab at least a tackle out of the portal. I don't think we need a lot of other guys. I think offensively, I think all we need is another tackle. And, you know what I'm saying, just add to the depth of the O-line because that obviously was one of our biggest problems offensively. And as well as I know a lot of people are starting to talk about Gunnar Stockton lately. I've been hearing that a lot too. Gunnar Stockton has been in the talks lately. Y'all know how I feel about Gunnar Stockton. It's all gravy. You know how I feel about Gunnar Stockton. Not impressed with Gunnar Stockton, even though I feel, he did a decent job this season. And also, I still think that if he has a good O-line and the weapons around him like Talon Taylor and the weapons around him like Isaiah Canyon as well as CJ Wiley and Sokovie White, I feel like if he have those type of guys around him, he may look a little more successful this up and coming season that he did last season. So therefore, that's to let you guys know that I don't hate Gunnar Stockton. I just want to see more out of Gunnar Stockton, and a lot of the channels that you guys follow, now you're starting to see they're speaking in the same type of tone. Now you see that I'm not the only one that feels the same way about Gunnar Stockton's way of playing, but at the same time, I still feel like I said, he can be more successful if everything goes right around him. But at the end of the day, man, hopefully it's a dog fight between him and Puglisi, because at the end of the day, we still don't know what Puglisi got to offer, right? We still don't know if he'll sit behind Gunnar Stockton for however long. You want to be able to see what he got to offer. I want to see what he got to offer. Like you said, if we get the O-line right, Gunnar will look good. Well, hopefully, right? Hopefully, for our sake in trying to win another national championship, hopefully that does happen. But if it doesn't happen, man, it's only 2 things that's probably wrong with the Dogs. Either your quarterback or either your offensive coordinator. So it's only 2 things that I could think of that can possibly go wrong at 26, and that's either not starting the right quarterback or either not bringing along the right OC to get the job done. And because honestly, man, to be real with you, the running backs are having success. So with you have to think, even you, it's all gravy. You got to think, bro. You saying to get the right O-line, right? But look at my guy Nate Frazier. My guy Nate Frazier was almost up to 1,000 yards, bro. He was almost up to 1,000 yards. So the O-line was not that bad, bro. It's just Gunnar Stockton. You gotta hold Gunnar Stockton accountable also, because he has to have a quicker release, right? He can't run around in the pocket. Man, you could just go down the comment section and you could see a lot of guys that can tell you better than me on what's really going on with Gunnar Stockton. But I don't think people want to speak on him because I don't know. Whoever's under center, people like to try to cape for him. But in my opinion, if Nate Frazier alone was almost able to get, you know what I mean? He was at 947 yards of yards, rushing. I don't think it's the damn O-line as much, you know what I mean? Mundo said they needed a legit quarterback competition for 26. Man, I totally agree. Gotta drop a bomb for my guy Mundo. We talk a lot off a line, and we go back and forth, different opinions, and me personally, like I say, I'm not the guy that's gonna sit here and tell you that Gunnar Stockton is the best quarterback, and I'm not the guy that's gonna sit here and tell you that he is the worst quarterback. But what I did find out today that I want to bring to you guys' attention, Gunnar Stockton, he's in the top 10 of the quarterbacks with the least amount of yards in college football. Now, we talking about in college football, not just the SEC. So he's number 1 out of that top 10, but he is in the top 10 for the least amount of yards passing in college football. So you could take that however you want to take it. It is what it is. I just thought that would be a good thing to throw in there. The fact that, he's not the best guy. So all of the guys that's Georgia fans that wanted him to win an Heisman, he was nowhere near close, right? So at the end of the day, and just because you don't get that, that many yards doesn't, well, I mean, that counts too. The amount of yards, your throwing ability as well as your touchdowns. I think Fernando Mendoza might have had like 3,500 and something yards in passing, and then he had like 41 damn touchdowns. So, that was well deserved from that guy. You know what I mean? But when will Georgia get a guy like that is the major question. You know what I mean? I don't think enough people are questioning that. I think so many people looking at the 21 and 22 season and saying, hey, well, we didn't have, not necessarily an elite quarterback under center in the 21-22 season. Well, that's not true. You know what I mean? Stetson was elite. He just needed a team to bring it out of him. Obviously, that's what they did. Todd Monken and Kirby Smart brought it out of him, and he became the dog that he really is to this day. Even if he didn't do that much in the NFL, he is the dog that we wanted him to be, and he showed up and showed out. Hopefully Gunnar could do the same thing for 26. Believe it or not, even though I'm not a fan of Gunnar, I do want to see him make progress. I do want to see him step his game up. I do want to see him excel and succeed at the University of Georgia. So don't get me wrong. Even just because I'm not a fan, people think that I'm a hater. No, I'm not a hater at all. I just know that there are a lot of good quarterbacks out there, and I know that he's not one of the guys that's in the top. Like I said, I wish I could pull it up for you guys, but my computer speed is already up high right now, probably because of the music and stuff I was playing in the beginning, and I could actually show y'all. Maybe I'll do a video where I could actually show y'all that he is in he's in the top 50. I pulled up the top 50 quarterbacks as far as they passing yards, and he's in the top 10 of the least amount of yards passed. You know what I mean? And then also too, a lot of people. Wait, let me see what my guy said. Saul Gravy said, "Is C Gunner got Nate in the backfield, so we don't have to rely on his arm a lot." Yeah, well, this season coming up, I don't think that they're you know what? It's all gravy. Drop a bomb for it's all gravy, because you just gave me an idea, right? So I'm just sitting here thinking, Gunnar Stockton is probably not gonna be expected to throw so much this up and coming season. So I want to just throw that out there real quick. I want to throw that out there right now before the season even starts, because my guy Saul Gravy gave me an idea from what he said. So I don't think that Gunnar Stockton is going to be expected to throw 40, 50 times this up and coming season. With the running back room that we have currently right now, Gunnar Stockton is probably not going to have to be that type of guy that we wanted to see him, be in 25. So that might help him a lot when it comes to the fan base, not, seeing him do what we want to see him do. Now, if we didn't have the running back room that we have right now, obviously we would expect him to throw the ball around a whole lot more. Gunnar really need to step up this season. This is year 4 in Bobo's system, no excuses. And that's a big fact. And that's not just to Gunnar Stockton, that's also to Mike Bobo. Also to Mike Bobo, because one thing about it, I'm not a person that's gonna drag Mike Bobo for no apparent reason. You guys know that I've been saying since last season, let's just give this guy a chance to see if he can get it right with the guys that we have. So, like I told my guy Mundo, we talked about it offline. Hey man, I told him straight up, look, this is the last season for me doing any kind of caping for Mike Bobo. And I'm not caping because I like the dude for any reason. I'm only just trying to give this man a shot with the guys that we have now. If he can't get it done this season, if I see an inch of a problem coming from Mike Bobo this season, then I'm on a bandwagon of getting rid of Bobo. I'm on a bandwagon with at least 75% to 85% of the fan base. So how are we going to replace Oscar Depp, Lawson Lucky? Wait. Wall W511. No disrespect to your comment, because I got to drop a bomb for you. Never seen you before in the chat. Got to drop a bomb for you. I always do that for people I never seen in the chat. But honestly, bro, out of all of the guys that you talked about, that you just mentioned, and I didn't even have to read the whole comment, but out of all of the guys, offensively, Zach Branch was the only person on the field. Dalen Everett, he was a hit and miss. You know, I don't know how well you watch the Georgia Bulldogs, but most people will tell you that Oscar Depp and Lawson Lucky were obsolete all season last season. So those guys, you know, you saying how are we going to replace those guys? Do you know that we have Elias Williams? Do you know that we have Barbaro? You know what I'm saying? Do you know that we have Proflo? We have some guys, Wall W511. That's why I say I don't know how well you know the Georgia Bulldogs, but we have some way more talented guys than Oscar Depp and Lawson Lucky. Now, me personally, when Oscar Depp came to the University of Georgia, I thought that he would be another Brock Bowers. I mean, he got the same stature, he got the same look. You know what I mean? I assumed that he would be the next to, Brock Bowers, but that didn't turn out to be the case. Lawson Lucky, I thought Lawson Lucky would be better than Oscar Depp. I saw him coming out of high school. I saw his highlights. I thought he was dope, but they were obsolete. It could have been due to the play calling, as well as your quarterback not being able to see over the line of scrimmage. And, you can't survey the field. So that's why it's always good to watch the Skycast, because then you can see what guys are open, what guys can't get separation. But this is not to down your comment, brother. This is not to down your comment, Wall. This is just to say, bro, you got to do more investigation. You got to do more research when it comes to the Dogs, because most of the chat, they know that we have a ton of guys way more talented than Oscar Depp and Lawson Lucky. But shout out to Zach Brands, Dalen Everett, even though he was a hit and miss. Is there a solution? Then they will be great. Otherwise, it's very concerning. No, brother, it's not concerning. You know what I mean? Not at all. Not with the talent that we have. It's not concerning, not at all. And I'm going to just say this. Most of the guys that I just named, those guys are actually five-star guys. So, like, if you wanting to know how well they are five-star guys. So we have way better talent, in my opinion. Neither one of those guys showed up in the 25 season. No discredit to them. I'm not dissing them at all. I'm not talking crap about them. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you didn't show up for the Dogs. All we care about is if you show up for the Dogs. I'm sorry, that's just the way the game is played. All right, let's get back into the chat, because that I thrive off of my chat. You know what I mean? So let's see what everybody is talking about. Are they talking about all the guys? Mundo says Sokovie White. Just give these young guys a chance to prove themselves. Ryan Digit, shout out to Ryan Digit. Ain't seen you in a minute. They used them to block more than anything. That's a big fact. Lawson Lucky is better than Depp, especially in the red zone. Yeah. Hey, you know what, man? I think Lawson Lucky probably would have a better season last season if he was able to get, if they were able to draw up some schemes to get his ass open. The fact that and I want to read Mundo comment real quick, but the fact that they didn't they were having him blocking, it's just put a damper and kind of stunted his growth, honestly. Everett was hot garbage in the Sugar Bowl against Ole Miss. Hey, honestly, man, that's a big fact, man. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. He was trash plenty of games. Plenty of games. I'm in the camera while we're live screaming Dalen Everett needs to go. I cannot wait until he leaves. Right. But he does make big plays from time to time. That's why I consider him a hit and miss. So I think that with Dalen Everett gone, I think that it gives us a little more room to grow because we get to see what the younger guys got. We get to see what these newer guys have. You know, the cornerback that just came from that little small school in East Carolina, like I told y'all before in another video that I've done, production-wise, that guy can get it done production-wise. All Kirby Smart has to do, and as well as Glenn Schumann, you know, we don't talk about Glenn Schumann a lot. You know, a lot of people are really not feeling Glenn Schumann right now, but we don't talk about Glenn Schumann a lot. But as well as Glenn Schumann, man, they have to get that guy together. They have to make sure that he's right. They got to make sure that, you know, he can play SEC football. You know what I'm saying? Because him coming from East Carolina, it's going to be a tough situation for him. For one, he's going to have to battle for that cornerback position. You know what I mean? Also, he's going to have to go hard, period, regardless of you know, whether he's shown production at East Carolina. You know, obviously for me, I'm excited about him because of his production, you know, and I know a lot of people are going to look at the teams that he played and be like, oh, he ain't really played nobody. But like I said, I think the coaching staff going to have him ready and prepared to play SEC football. You know what I mean? Strabling cooked Dalen the entire game. Yeah, Dalen Everett I don't know what his deal was. I think that I just think he couldn't cover guys. He just couldn't cover guys well. You know, he was constantly getting burnt. You know, constantly running behind his receiver. Every single time you seen the ball go to his side, he was constantly running behind the receiver. So kudos and thank God that Dalen Everett is pretty much gone, because now we get to see more talent on that side of the ball. Raw Indigenous, they were dialing it up. They're dialing up the plays, but a lot of the times gonna miss. Okay, let's go back. A lot of the time Gunner missed them or the play was blown, but it was always room for growth. Yep. It's definitely room for growth, and I'm not counting Gunner Stockton out. I'm just simply saying that I'm not quite a fan of him. But at the same time, that does not mean that we can't get it done with Gunner Stockton, because I can guarantee you if we get that O-line together, we probably will see a different side of Gunner Stockton. But at the same time, I'm ready for a battle. I'm ready for a dog fight. I'm ready to see which one of these quarterbacks really want this position. Honestly, man, we know with Kirby Smart's history, he don't tend to, you know, he tend to be too loyal to whoever is starting, and that's cool. I like a loyal person. I'm a very loyal person. You know what I mean? So I get where Kirby Smart is going, but at the same time, we need to make sure that it's a dog fight, you know, in these scrimmages. We need to make sure that the best man wins the job. Ryan Puglisi, he's the guy that a lot of people have been talking about. I honestly like him a lot better than Gunner Stockton. I saw Gunner Stockton come up out of high school. Matter of fact, I remember when Gunner Stockton played against Brock Vandegrift. Y'all remember Brock Vandegrift, the same quarterback that we had that transferred out to Kentucky, but then he left Kentucky and now he's selling insurance? Yeah, that Brock Vandegrift. I saw him play against Brock Vandegrift. I also saw Ryan Puglisi come up out of high school, and I was more excited about Ryan Puglisi. I don't know why. I think he's just more of my type of style of quarterback, so that's why I was a little more excited about him. But outside of that, that's still, I don't want to put so much damper on Gunner. I just want to say that this season, Gunner did not leave out of this season, you know, good. He left out of this season kind of bad. You know, a lot of people said he looked scared against Ole Miss. Me personally, I don't know if I want to say that he looked scared, but he definitely did not look comfortable, you know? So I want to make sure that he's comfortable. We got to make sure that he's comfortable. We got to make sure that, you know, he's able to survey the field. You know, we got to make sure that he's able to check down correctly and fast enough and not just hold on to the ball and, you know, risk getting, you know, sacked or injured. So hopefully, you know, things change this upcoming season. Pug is a better downfield passer. Yeah, Puglisi, bro, it's a lot of stuff that I saw from Puglisi in high school that he's not being able to show because he's not. We didn't have a great season in 25. We went further than we expected to go, but we didn't have a great season. So if we would have had a better season in 25, we would have seen Pug a little more. But at the end of the day, I just want it to be a dogfight. That's all. The best man win, but I really want to see a dogfight when it comes to Gunnar Stockton, Puglisi, as well as Ryan Montgomery. So Mickey said, love my dogs. Kirby will get us back. I believe Kirby is making the right steps. I believe that the coaching staff is definitely headed in the right direction. And I wouldn't say this just because I got a dog hat on and just because I'm a dog channel and just because I'm a diehard dog fan. I would not be saying that just because of that. I'm saying that because I feel like they are making the right steps. They have hit the portal aggressively. You cannot tell me this portal, oh man, hold on, man. Shout out to Clay Lewis, man. Clay Lewis said, "What's up, bro? How are you? Happy Wednesday, man." Shout out to Clay Lewis, man. Shout out to Clay Lewis, man, for jumping off in the live, participating in the chat. I love everybody that participate in the chat. It's just all fun with me. You know what I mean? And he got a Cowboys. Damn, man. See, I was just hyping you up. You got that Cowboy on your profile pic. But it's all love, man. Shout out to Clay Lewis and I guess the Cowboys. But anyway, yeah, let's get back into it. So, yeah, man, I just think that everything is going to be good in 26. I don't think 26 is going to be. My thing is, when I did a video the other day, I know some of y'all may have watched it. Some of y'all might have not watched it, right? My thing is, we did not get any better from 23 to now. To 25. We didn't get any better, honestly. I pulled up the stats for you guys. You can also go back and watch it if you didn't watch the video that I put out a couple days ago, right? Might have been like a day or two ago. We didn't get better. So it's not just Gunnar Stockton. It's Mike Bobo also. You know what I mean? And I'm not one to get on Mike Bobo and try to criticize him like that. I'm not one to do that. But at the same time, it can't just be one person, right? So it's got to be somebody else. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you didn't get better from 23 to 25, you might have to take a look at the offensive coordinator, right? So, I understand where guys are saying, hey, man, let Kirby do his thing. I get it. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sit back, relax, let Kirby do his thing. But, Mondo, hey, like they say, man, friendships ain't going to get you no national championship. But I'm still the type of guy that's gonna sit back and say, all right, let's see what these guys gonna do. Let's see because I'm a diehard dog fan regardless. So regardless of what happens, I'm a diehard dog fan. I'm not switching up ever. But at the end of the day, I still understand where people is coming from because you look at the 23 season to the 25 season, what did we get better at? Now, specific positions, we might have looked better in specific positions, but we did not look better to me at all. We didn't get better. And you're only supposed to get better. You're not supposed to get worse, especially if you're the offensive coordinator. You're not supposed to get worse. You know what I mean? That's grounds for termination. God damn it. You know what I mean? Move him around. I'm not saying fire him from the staff. I'm just saying if he can't get this shit done in 26, we may need to move him around. Mikey said the Williams kid from Auburn is going to help us on a defense. Yeah, man. Everybody will help. I think that this team will be whipped in shape. I got faith. Even though I'm not a fan of Bobo, I got faith. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We got to get after the quarterback next year. We had a Nolan Smith, Devontae Wyatt, Jalen Carter, type of player in a while. I think that sometimes it depends, man. These guys got to grow together. They got to get chemistry together. I think that this defense will be a whole lot better than last season. It's got to be, right? These guys just got extensions, and I'm talking about the coaching staff. You just got extensions, man. This is not Kirby Smart coming out of his pocket paying this coaching staff. It's not Kirby Smart paying them out of his pocket. So this is other people's money. So he has to be 10 times better than he was. And I'm speaking of Glenn Schumann. He's got to be 10 times better than he was last season. Like I said, we did not get better. So it can't be a reoccurring thing. We have to get better every season. We cannot be stalling and being stagnant. And that's what I feel like we've been since 23 to 25. We've been very stagnant. Mickey saying, Mikey, is it Mikey or Mickey? Is it Mikey? Mikey said Todd Monken would be great since he's not at the Ravens anymore. Yeah, man, he definitely would. He definitely would. You can go back and grab him, but Todd Monken does not have the relationship that Kirby Smart and Mike Bobo has. You know, for those who follow me and those who subscribe to me, I've told y'all, I can't remember what ceremony it was. Well, Mike Bobo talked about it where, Kirby Smart's dad and his dad were very good people. They were very good friends. You know what I mean? Go fishing together, ping ponging and all that type of stuff. And when stuff like that, it goes on, you know that the friendship is going to be very close. And I think that plays a major part in what Kirby Smart is doing. I don't think that Mike Bobo's I don't think that his resume says, oh, I got to keep him as an OC. If you go back and I wish I could pull all this stuff up for y'all right now, but my CPU is high right now and I don't want to mess nothing up. But if I could pull this stuff, you can go check it out for yourself. Look at Mike Bobo's resume at the University of Georgia, and it'll tell you all you need to know. Trust me when I tell you. Look at his resume for the University of Georgia. The first time he became the OC at the University of Georgia. Can somebody correct me? It was either in 2012. I think it was in 2012, right? Am I right or am I wrong? That was his first time becoming the OC for the University of Georgia. He started off pretty good. He started off very good. 11-2, 11-1, whatever. But as he stayed the OC, he started declining. So that's his resume. That's his resume. To start off pretty good and start declining. Well, could we say deja vu? Do we want to say deja vu? Please don't let it be deja vu. I mean, Mikey said, yeah, they grew up together. I live not far from where they grew up at. Hey, it's nothing wrong with that, being cool. Like I said, they don't have to let him go from off the staff because truth be told, Mike Bobo might not be the best OC, but he has a whole lot of experience. You know what I mean? He's been around football. He's played football for the University of Georgia. He has a lot of experience. So I'm not saying let him go completely, but you have to find some guys or a guy that and truth be told, let's be real. Let's be realistic. You guys do know that Mike Bobo is not the only person when it comes to the offense. Like, he has a group around him. He has guys around him. You guys do know that, right? Mike Bobo has his own little team. Okay, you got it, Mike. 2007. I'm sorry. I thought it was 2012. 2007. But if you go and look at from 2007, the time frame that he was the OC, he started up and went down. He started, shout out to Michael Thomas, man, for shouting out the chat as well as the Doghouse, man. But at the end of the day, let's get back to it. Like I was saying, like, if you go look at his time, yeah, he was a quarterback coach in 2001. Yeah, I remember that. But his resume speak for itself, honestly. Like, he did not, he started, up and then it started trickling down. If you go look at it, so I don't want it to be a deja vu situation, but I'm trying to be loyal to Kirby just like Kirby is loyal to him. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be a loyal dog. That's all I'm trying to do. So when I don't speak about Mike Bobo in a negative way, it's not because I'm just some Mike Bobo fan or I'm caping. I'm trying to put a cape from no, it's just mainly I'm just trying to be loyal to Kirby Smart. So therefore, I got to kind of roll with the punches. I got to roll with who he's rolling with. And I can't complain every time one play go bad, one or two plays go bad. You can't always complain about Mike Bobo because sometimes it's regardless of how bad of an OC you think he is, every single snap is not on Mike Bobo. Every single snap is not on Mike Bobo. Not at all. Not at all. Sorry to tell y'all, the fans that do think, but sorry to tell y'all, but it's not. It's not at all. Yeah, he has an offensive staff around him. That's a big fact. So it's not like he's by himself. Yeah, he probably pushed the button, on certain plays. So yeah, you can criticize him for that. You know, you can criticize him for pushing the button because he makes the last call when it comes to his offensive staff, but he's not alone with it. So if you're gonna let Mike Bobo go, you're probably gonna have to. Well, obviously they'll let go that whole little staff that he got, but I think that given a chance to get it right, you know, but you're gonna have to win national championships, you know, for the University of Georgia. We're not taking nothing less, dogs. We're not taking nothing less. I don't care what nobody say. We're not taking nothing less. You know what I mean? When I hear this fire right here, where's that? Where's that? When I hear this fire right here,
is prepared for this shit for fucking 300.
When I listen to this fire,
think about them fuckers in that locker room. Think about getting our opportunity. All the shit you went through this week to get ready for this game. Now is when you pay the fucking price. You go out there with energy, enthusiasm. Hey guys, ain't nobody in this room should be cautious. Ain't nobody in this room should be nervous about shit. Go out here and fuck their ass up.
That's what I like to hear.
Don't think about shit. You think about knocking the shit out of them. Did you hear what Box said on Monday? When I sat in that fucking meeting, I wanted to go fucking play right there.
Fire up.
Tore your shit up out here. 2 years ago, fucked your shit up. Goddamn pride and joy. Tell me you fuck these guys up. You go play the right way. You play the right way. You knock their ass off. You stay off the fucking ground. You tackle the fucking man with a ball. The shit's easy. Look at the right shit. Punish their ass on offense and kick their ass on special teams, guys. It's about who the fuck we are. I believe in you. Let's go keep
Ho. It's all gravy. Now, you a mod now. Don't come with that negativity about Curb. You know what I'm saying? Curb went in that transfer portal. I don't know if it was 7 guys or 8 guys. Curb did exactly what I was talking about. Hit the thing aggressively. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's all gravy. Don't get shot down because I'll pull the AK out on you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to pull the AK out on you for talking down on Curb when Curb just went and got all them dogs out the transfer portal. I'm gonna have to pull the K out on you. I'm gonna have to shoot you down. You ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that now. We ain't gonna do that. But I do agree. Well, I don't agree to what you said, but at the same time, I do feel like nobody's perfect. I feel like decision making is going to be the biggest thing in 2026. The biggest thing that we're going to be focused on is the decision making from the coaching staff as well as your guy. It's all gravy. Gunnar Stockton is going to be the biggest thing that I think I'm going to be watching for. We should have got Cam. No, we should have not gotten Cam. No, we should have not gotten Cam. I wanted Cam early on. I wanted Cam early on. Like we you know, it's all gravy. We talked about this. When did we first talk about it? This was before the season ended. Where we talked about if Cam was to transfer, that would be the first guy that we would like to pick up. But the thing is, we don't have time to be spending $3 to $4 million on these wide receivers. Hey, man, shout out to 411 Red Fire, man, for subscribing to the Dog Channel. We got a new subscriber, man. Make them feel right at home, chat. We don't get elite players like that anymore, to be honest. I wanna, get to everybody's chat, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. But here's the thing. The kid from Georgia Tech is going to be great. Definitely, I believe so. But here's the thing, right? I talk about that a lot. Like receiver wise, we don't get elite talent. I cannot say that about every other position. Outside, listen, the quarterback. Listen, y'all. The quarterback position, we did land the number 1 quarterback in the country. And Jaden Wade. A lot of people don't talk about him. I talk about him a hell of a lot over here at the Doghouse. It's a verbal commit. It's early. He could choose anybody else eventually, right? But at the end of the day, listen, Georgia does recruit at a high level. They really do. You know, I saw somebody talking about something. They was like, damn, you know, what's up with the running back room? We should, instead of being RBU, we done lost that. Now we're LBU. We recruit very, very, very strong defensively. I could run down. Do you know how many 5 stars we have on the defense side of the ball? We have tons of 5 stars on the defense side of the ball. So it's not all. That's why we say it's not always about the stars, right? Because you still have to have. Look, my guy Mundo, I don't know if he's still watching, but he said this and he didn't know that, I took this as something good. But like he said, you have to have elite staff. Like your staff has to be elite. So if your staff ain't elite, how in the hell your players gonna play like they're elite? You know what I mean? So Glenn Schumann has to be on point. Definitely. He's got to be on point. Right? You just landed majority of the guys that you landed out of the portal was from the defense side of the ball. So who do you think that I'm going to have my eyes on? It's 3 guys that I'm going to have my eyes on. Glenn Schumann, Mike Bobo, Gunnar Stockton. Simple as that. Simple as that. We lost one of our longtime coaches. And my thing is we're gonna lose coaches, right? That's gonna happen. But it's the decision making from your head coach. He has to make the right decisions, and he's not perfect, so I can't expect him to make the right decision every single time, right? So this is where I feel frustrated in a sense, because I feel like, damn, I want him to make the right decisions, but I got to look at him like, okay, well, he's human like me and you. You know what I mean? He's not going to make the right decision every single time. He's going to make decisions that we do not like. You know what I mean? That's why I don't like a lot of people harping so much on Bobo, because you got to look at the person that is actually keeping him in that position. You got to look at the fact that obviously Mike Bobo has done something. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people want to tell me, no, you know, why are you saying that? A lot of people want to boo. A lot of people don't like that. I get it. I hear you. But he has been doing something, right? Because you got to think, they gave the man an extension. They're not going to give you an extension if you're no good, right? They're not going to do it. But they gave him an extension. So maybe, I don't know what the requirements is to giving coaches extensions. Could they take that back at some point? I don't know. I don't know that deep into. Shout out to the governor too. I've been seeing you, man. Shout out to you, man. That's what's going on with the running back room. Is McClendon left? Yeah, man. Listen, the running back room, and let me get back to what I was saying. So I don't know what's going on as far as Mike Bobo and the situation with Georgia and Mike Bobo. I'm just rocking out and being loyal to Kirby Smart, and I'm gonna just say, you know what? If Kirby Smart want him, let's rock it out and see what's gonna happen. Indiana is a good example of having a great staff while having more older, experienced players versus young elite players. Yeah, I mean, let's not hype Indiana up. You know what I mean? Not because I'm a dog channel. And shout out to Michael Thomas for commenting, but let's not hype Indiana up because you're playing for a national championship. Kudos to you. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm a dog. Damn that. I'm a dog. So I know everybody want to talk about Indiana. I know everybody want to give praise to Indiana, but at the end of the day, I'm a damn dog. Y'all hear the intro. I'm a Georgia Bulldog till I die. Red and black running deep inside. Like, that's all to it. You know what I'm saying? Losing McClendon really hurt our running back room. I mean, that could be true, but how did it hurt our running back room, Mickey? I mean, Nate Frazier just ran for 947 yards last season. You know how hard it is to do that? It's very hard to do that. I don't think people look at the mental situation when it comes to the running backs, right? You're not gonna just run for over 1,000 yards every season you play. You're not gonna do that. Like, this is the SEC, baby. You're not gonna do that. And it's very, like, most of the guys that I've researched that actually do have 12,000, 13,000 yards, those guys are on the other side. They're not in the SEC. I don't believe there's not one player, one running back. I don't believe there's one running back in the SEC that's over 1,200 yards. But you got guys from Penn State that are. You know what I mean? You got guys from other programs from the other side that are. So it's going to be very difficult when you playing in the SEC to get that amount of yards. That's not saying that these guys are not elite. That's just saying that, yeah, we do have a slight problem with the O-line. We do have to get that together. But at the end of the day, I don't think that our running backs are having trouble at all. You just watch and see. You just watch and see with this running back room that we have right now. You just watch and see how dominant this running back room is going to be. Each and every last one of these guys. You even got to think of we seen what Bowens was able to do. You know, Bowens got like 6 touchdowns on the season. Like maybe like what 500 and something yards. But look at guys like Dante Dowdell. I know I've been hearing some people saying, "Oh, y'all got that running back from Kentucky." You got to understand, man. This man had 112 carries. Now, let's stop right there. 112 carries, right? You said the guy from Missouri, the Missouri had over, but well, they didn't play Georgia. They didn't play Georgia. I guarantee you he wouldn't have did nothing when running up against Georgia, even with the defense being as bad as they played this season. I highly doubt they wouldn't have added. Georgia wouldn't have helped him add to that 1,200. Not at all. But the thing is, bro, Governor, every running back is not gonna run for over 1,200 yards, bro. That's not how you know football, bro. You know that's not how it works. These running backs ain't. Come on, man. Just think about it. Like it's only a certain amount of running backs that are going to have that amount of yards. And I feel like Nate Frazier has done everything he needed to do for the Georgia Bulldogs to keep us where we want to be. You know what I mean? It wasn't 1,000 yards, but hell, Gunnar Stockton ain't throw for 3,000 yards. A lot of people say, well, he threw for 3,000 yards. No, he didn't. He threw for 2,800 and some yards. But that's what I'm saying. Like it takes a collective, right? It's a collective. So that's where we going back to the O-line and getting the O-line together. And I understand that everybody is talking about having, getting a tackle out of the transfer portal. I hope we get one out of the transfer portal. Honestly, I've been telling people I think we shut it down. I think we've shut it down. I think we've already gotten everybody their money. Everybody is satisfied. I believe we've shut it down as far as the transfer portal goes. But that's not to say that within these last 2 days that he wouldn't, or this last day, because today is over with. So you got one more day after this. So I don't know, man. I'm just hyped about this. I think a lot of people, just like last season, right? A lot of us were very, scarce and very concerned coming into 25 because of what we seen in 24. You know what I mean? So me personally, I don't think we should be like that. I don't think we should be so scarce and concerned. I think that we should always have faith that this team is going to get better. You know what I mean? Not just always be on the side of, oh man, this team got this, or this team is doing this, or Indiana. Man, when the last time a Georgia Bulldog fan talked about Indiana? Never. We've never talked about Indiana, and I'm not about to start now. Frazier is a great quarterback, and if he didn't get hurt, we would have scored on the goal line. Hey man, Mickey man, got to drop a bomb for you, man. Got to drop a bomb for you. Listen, man, I've been a fan of Nate Frazier when everybody was ready to give up on him. When everybody was ready to give up on him, everybody was moving towards Chauncey Bowens and Dwight Phillips. I remember when this happened. And I was a fan of him then, and I'm still a fan of him now. And who's being talked about right now? That's RB1 and Nate Frazier. Because like I said, I saw something in him that I liked, I enjoyed, and I said, you know what? That's RB1 right there. And he will continue to be RB1, right? And even with Dowdell coming to the Georgia Bulldogs, I don't think that, like I said in my video, I don't think that puts anybody out. I think they'll still get the same amount of touches that they were getting before. Dowdell, he's a decent running back as well. I think that Dowdell will be a good asset to the offense, but at the end of the day, I also believe that everybody else will do good just as much as Dowdell, as well as Bowens and Nate. Dominic Kelly in the portal. Okay. Man, you're gonna have guys going in that portal. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. You're gonna have the portal for me is not concerning until especially if you're a Georgia fan. Don't be concerned with all of these guys going in the portal. Please don't, because you're gonna look like a fool. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys that are hitting the portal are not really starters. I think we might have maybe one guy that was a starter that it might have been another guy, but I can only Janelle Aguero. He was like the only guy that went into the portal that was kind of like starting, but I don't think he can stay healthy. For him to go to Ole Miss was a tragedy. Like, I thought that was very funny. But at the same time, I say, you know what? It is what it is, man. When you see that competition, and I was told by one of my guys, man, the reason why Jonell went into the transfer portal was because of Rashawn Dickens. So, sometimes, man, like I told y'all before, man, like, hey, man, sometimes the competition get real thick, man. The defense has always, for the last couple of years, man, the defense has been the place that you have to grind out. You have to work for your spot in that defense side of the ball. And that's something that a lot of people need to pay attention to. A lot of people talk about we're not getting real good recruits. That is false. That is super, super duper false. Start paying attention at this point of the season, guys. If you don't pay attention to recruitment, you need to start paying attention to recruitment, because the recruitment says different. The recruitment does not say that we are recruiting bullshit players. We are not recruiting bullshit players, not at all. It's just, it doesn't have anything to do with it's not just the players. It's the staff also. You have to have an elite staff just as well as an elite players. So, it is what it is. That's how you got to look at it. Yep. Go anywhere but to the ops. Yeah, that was crazy. Nobody picked up Harris yet. Oh, okay. Nobody picked him up? Okay. I'm standing behind the staff and all the players 100%. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. I wanted to see one or two O-line come to beef up our O. Yeah, that'll be a good thing. That, we was talking about that earlier. That'll be a good thing to see. But I think that Kirby Smart has shut it down. I mean, when you think about it, man, you got Khalil Barnes. You got the guy from Auburn, the defensive end. You got the cornerback from East Carolina. You got and we talk about the transfers. We got Isaiah Canyon. We got Dante Dowdell. I think it might be one more guy, so that'll make like 6 or 7 guys out of the portal. Now, me personally, I don't remember or recall Georgia grabbing more players out of the portal, but I haven't been watching Georgia all my life, but I'm just saying under the Kirby Smart era, I don't know if Kirby is going to grab any more guys out of the portal. I just feel like the guys that we already have, like if you look at specifically offensively, let's just talk about the offense. We all feel like we need at least an offensive lineman out the portal at this point. We only got until the 16th. It's the 14th today. We feel like that, but we're not there in practice. We don't know what's going on. So maybe Kirby Smart may feel like the guys that I have right now, I can get them prepared, right? I understand we came off of a season where the O-line wasn't up to par, but don't let that alter your train of thought and thinking. You got to understand, we're saying we have the best coach in college football, so let him be the best coach in college football and prepare these boys, these younger boys, to protect Gunnar Stockton, right? All right, so we move on from the O-line. We got the running back. You know what I mean? We got a wide receiver. Some people might even think we need another wide receiver. I don't believe we do, and I don't believe Kirby Smart is going to try to get another wide receiver, right? All right, so the tight ends, you definitely don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Once, Lawson Lucky and all of them kind of going about their business, you got guys like Ulysses Williams as well as Caden Prothro and, other guys, right? So then you move on to the defense side of the ball. Talented, very talented guys. So that's why I say it ain't just about the elite. I can't say it's not about being elite, because these guys are already elite. They're elite before they even come to college football. But it's up to the defensive coordinator to get that in line. So that's why I've been talking on my channel about my whole focus this 2026 season is going to be solely on the coaching staff. It's going to be on the coaching staff. I cannot say this no more. I will be on the coaching staff's heels, because you have way too much talent to be talking about not playing for a national championship. Way too much talent. You spent so much money trying to get guys out of the transfer portal. So you had guys like Noah Thomas out of the transfer portal, not Lawson Lucky, but London Humphreys out of the transfer portal that didn't do a damn thing for the season. Nothing. You know what I mean? I remember the guy Michael Jackson III. Do you guys remember Michael Jackson III, the wide receiver? I think he came from, did he come from USC? He came to Georgia just to be on the bench. Just to be on the bench. We can't have that, man. Because what I saw from him before he transferred, I saw a dynamic wide receiver. I saw a wide receiver that can get it done. Very tough, very physical. That's what I saw before he transferred to the University of Georgia. But when he came to the University of Georgia, I saw nothing. So we can't continue to do that, right? We got to let these boys flourish. We got to get them open. And you know what that comes back to? The offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator has to scheme up plays to get these guys open. Now, some of these guys can't get any kind of separation. So that's a problem, right? That's something that they have to work on within themselves. You have to get open, right? It's not, you can't always put it on the OC, because if you can't get open, that's on you. That's not on him. He can't do everything for you. He can't go out there and catch for you. He can't help you get open. So, we just got to look at things like that. I don't think people really seen the beauty in what Kirby was doing. He was developing his players in live game situations, but we go do our thing 2026. Yeah, we'll do our thing in 2026. We'll make it happen in 2026. I'm having faith. Welcome to the Doghouse Party. People in the chat, get those likes up. Enjoy the live. Go Dogs, man. Shout out to my dog. It's all gravy. You know what I mean? He's another one of the dogs, another one of the mods. So be careful what you say. Anytime you come and say anything in the chat, that boy will put you out of here. Best believe that. Anyway, man. Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, I'm good. I'm good with the running backs. I'm good with the wide receiver that we got out of the portal. I'm good with the defense side of the ball. We just gotta let this stuff get unpacked and see what happens, right? But one thing I will say, I do want it to be a dogfight competition between those quarterbacks. I really know how Kirby works. Since he's been at Georgia, I know how he works, and I know that he's loyal to Gunnar Stockton. But I want to see a dogfight, because Ron Puglisi ain't sitting behind him just lollygagging, twiddling his thumbs, chewing bubble gum, and looking into the stands. He's taking notes. So if he is taking notes, that means he's learning. Plus, he's in those quarterback meetings. So I'm sure that, and he's also practicing just in case something goes wrong with Gunnar Stockton. Like, I want people to know this. You know what I mean? Ryan Puglisi, even though he's not on the field getting real-time action, real-time playing time, he is learning. So I do want it to be an actual dog fight, you know what I mean, in that quarterback room, because I want to make sure that we do have a dynamic quarterback. I know a lot of us want to see that. A lot of us want to cape for Gunnar just because he is a dog, and he puts on a little smile, and he's an old country boy, driver, old school F-150, come from a small town, and you know what I mean. A lot of people want that storybook type of court. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. All I care about is if you are winning games and if you can get us a national championship, right? We definitely need an offensive coordinator ASAP. Yeah, man, things is gonna look up for us. Y'all just chill, man. Things is gonna look up for us in 26. I believe it. You know what I mean? Bring Todd back. I get it. I understand. Everybody wants Todd back. I don't believe Todd is going back. Some people don't want to go backwards. Todd Monken could be in a situation where he does not want to go backwards. You got to understand that's going backwards for him. Excuse me. If it's money, 9 times out of 10, most of us will say, well, I'll take the money. But are you going to match what I was getting at Baltimore? Are you going to match what I was getting at Baltimore, or you just want me there to help you win games? Dog, we're not getting a new OC. Y'all kiss that dream goodbye. The governor got to drop a bomb for you. Listen, y'all. Listen. I know everybody is not. I know everybody don't cover the Georgia Bulldogs, so everybody does not do research when it comes to the Georgia Bulldogs. And I don't discredit you, or I don't. You're not lesser than a dog if you don't do research on the dogs. But you got to understand, these guys have gotten extensions. I don't know how many times I got to say it. I think I'm probably the only dog channel that has revealed, and I revealed this weeks ago, months ago, every staff member, as far as the main guys that you guys know, and Mike Bobo and Glenn Schumann, have gotten extensions. They're going nowhere. They're here to stay. And if I'm not mistaken, they're here to stay on till 28. So, hopefully for y'all's sake that don't like Mike Bobo, Drew Bobo goes into the NFL, he goes with him. Hopefully. If you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. But he's here to stay, man. So that's why I be wanting y'all to just chill on that. Because it gets old, it gets boring, and it's kind of outdated to keep saying it over and over. OC got to go. Because the OC don't have nothing to do with batted balls. The OC can't control the fact that you can't see over. Listen, do you know that around the average height of an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, the average height is damn near 6 foot. 6'6". That's like the average height, 6'5", 6'6". Well, Gunnar Stockton is like, what, 5'10", 5'11", not even 6 feet? So we cannot blame Mike Bobo on batted balls. We can't blame Mike Bobo on you holding the ball too long. We can't blame Mike Bobo on you not going through your progressions in time. We can't blame Mike Bobo for your slow release. We can't blame Mike Bobo for you letting the defensive lineman hawk you down. Because that's what Gunnar Stockton did. Can't remember what game it was, but he definitely let that happen. So, therefore, we can't blame Mike Bobo for every single thing that happens with this offensive line, y'all. This shit is getting boring. Keep saying the same things over and over. We can't keep doing that. We just can't keep doing it. Now, if it's something obvious, then call it. Call a spade a spade. Y'all know how I am over here at the doghouse. I'm real. Call a spade a spade. If it's something obvious going on, call a spade a spade. But you can't blame stuff that's happening with the quarterback on Mike Bobo. You know what I mean? You just can't do that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Bring Time Monkey back. Wild Wally 5, man. Shout out to Wild Wally 5 for subscribing to the doghouse. Hey, y'all make sure Wild Wally feel comfortable in the chat, y'all. Gotta drop a bomb for everybody that subscribed to the channel, man. You know what I mean? The more the merrier over here to have that dog talk. Y'all already know. We ran the same play all game, opposite sides of the play. Listen, that's a good now, Big Red, that's a good observation. That's a good reason to call out Mike Bobo. But you can't call out Mike Bobo for every single time we don't win a national championship. You can't call out Mike Bobo every single time we lose a game. That's all I'm saying. Like, have a reasonable reason to call this man out. Don't call a man out when obviously certain things is going on with certain players. You know what I mean? Obviously, Noah Thomas couldn't get no separation. Obviously, Dylan Bell couldn't get no separation. Obviously, Kobe Young was hurt. Obviously, London Humphreys was obsolete pretty much. So, are we going to blame that on Mike Bobo? What about Zach Branch? Zach Branch was able to run all over dudes. Zach Branch is what gave Gunnar Stockton his 28 yards on the season. And you and me both know that. If it wasn't for Zach Branch, Gunnar Stockton would not even have 2,800 yards on the season. You know why? Because that's the guy that he was getting into damn near every single play. So let's just be realistic, guys. Let's look at football. Let's really look at it. I'm not expecting you to be an analyst like on ESPN because I'm definitely not like that. But at the same time, I expect us to kind of analyze this team a little better, right? Like, let's look at all crevices of this team and not just. That's why I always encourage y'all, man, because I just started doing it. Go start looking at the Skycast when it comes to the games. Start looking at the Skycast because the Skycast will reveal everything offensively as well as defensively. It will reveal everything that you need to know because you can see and you can survey the whole field. You can actually see everything. The only thing that I don't like is that they don't have the game time commentators, so it's kind of dull watching it. But for the most part, you can definitely see what everybody's doing if you need to know. You know what I'm saying? But I encourage you to go and really dig and see what's going on with these dogs because we don't want to continuously blame one person. Just like I don't continuously just blame Gunner Stockton. You know, I'm going to blame Mike Bobo also. You know what I mean? I'm with y'all on that. I'm with y'all. I'm not against y'all. I'm with y'all. But you can't continuously blame one person for every single thing that goes wrong with the Georgia Bulldogs. This is all I'm saying. My only issue is, let's go back to Dog Forever. Haven't never seen Dog Forever in the chat. Got to drop a bomb for him. You know what I mean? He said, my only issue is I see how we lost the game to Ole Miss because we should have kept the running game in the second half. Yeah. And the thing, too, is when you start to go down, that's a problem. That's a problem. You know what I mean? Bring back Damon Wilson. Well, first of all, Damon Wilson will not be back to the University of Georgia. Damon Wilson actually owes. He is in debt to the Georgia Bulldogs for $390,000. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about, are you talking about Damian Wilson? Now, who are you talking about? Because I don't want to go into depth about this conversation until you tell me. You talking about the linebacker, Big Red? Are you talking about the linebacker, Big Red? All right, so Malik Frazier, this is the first time I'm seeing you in the chat also, so I got to drop a bomb for you too, man. You know what I mean? Malik Frazier said, this is the better and more advanced Mike Bobo. Back then when he was our OC before we never got past and it looked like it's like how we are doing it now. I personally think we were like 80% of the game was. Well, yeah. I mean, I think we'll have to see because I'm telling y'all right now, if he doesn't get his shit together this season, you know, I'm kind of like Atlanta with Raheem. I'm kind of like that. Hey man, you ain't got but a couple seasons, and I'm ready to get rid of you. But I can't do anything about that. That's up to you guy. That's up to our head coach, Kirby Smart. So I saw other analysts say bring him back too. Who are we talking about? From Missouri. Big Red, yes. Oh, okay. So we talking about Damon Wilson, the linebacker that transferred to Mizzou from the University of Georgia. So let's talk about that real quick, right? So let's get into that because one thing about it, I want to talk about that, right? Because that guy actually owes the University of Georgia $390,000. And you know why he owes the University of Georgia $390,000, right? Because he decided to sign a contract, sign this NIL deal, right? This guy was getting $30,000 a month from the University of Georgia. Plus an extra $40,000 once the transfer portal opened and he didn't entertain it. So he was just getting an extra $40,000. You know what I'm saying? They were just paying their respects or how could I put it? They were just basically just like, hey, we glad that you ain't entertaining the portal. We're going to give you an extra 40. So you decide to transfer out and go to Mizzou and think you just everything is going to be good. No. Bring it back. Bring that ass here, boy. You are going to pay us the money that we were supposed to be giving you in this contract. And that ended up being $390,000. Now, I'm not saying this as a dog. I'm not just, saying this because I'm a dog fan. I'm saying this because you owe. You owe. Like, at the end of the day, you don't sign no contract and think you're just going to bounce and leave. No, this is a relationship now. You know what I mean? It's like you and your girlfriend. We in a relationship now. You don't just break out like that. We got a contract, baby. That's just how it works. And You see him now, right? He's going to owe the University of Georgia $390,000. And it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, I'm with Georgia on that. I'm with you. You are getting paid $30,000 a month. Come on, man. $30,000 a month, right? And an additional $40,000 because you don't entertain the portal, and you turn your back on this program. Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my funds? Where's my cheese? Where's my moolah? You know, where is it at? Because I need that. You know what I mean? Y'all want these top guys out of the transfer portal? Tell Damian Wilson to give us our $390,000 damn dollars. Just having fun with y'all though. Yeah, I know he effed up. Everyone deserve another chance. Damian Wilson, a beast. We need him. Yeah. Williams kid from Oklahoma is going to add more depth to the defense, which we really need. Definitely. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Let me turn the auto on the chat so I won't have to keep. We gotta he gotta pay that back and get get jumped in. Hey, he gotta pay that money back. It is what it is. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying you don't sign no contract with the Georgia Bulldogs and think you're gonna run off to Missouri and have a happily ever after. It don't work like that. We coming for you. Kirby said we are coming to hunt. We won't be hunted. So we gonna hunt your ass down for that $390,000. That's just what it is. You got to pay what you owe, baby. You got to pay what you owe. It ain't like they wasn't giving you no damn. Even if you wasn't getting the money, because I'm hearing that maybe he wasn't getting the money that he was owed. But my thing is, once you sign that contract, hey man, it is what it is, bro. Hey, shit, it is what it is. What you think will be? Who do you think will be the starting LBs next year? I think it's gonna be the next starting. Damn, how did I miss? I know that Chris Cole is gonna be in the fold. Raylan Wilson. Is Raylan Wilson gone? I think Raylan Wilson might be gone, right? It's somebody else. Damn, I can't think off the top of the head. We'll you know, y'all tell me in the chat because y'all throw out some names because I can't think of the names right off the head. But I know Chris Cole is gonna be in the fold of things. Rashawn Dickens. Who else out there? It's gonna be a lot of different guys, man. It's so many. We got so many different guys, man. I hope Gunner practice this offseason on seeing the field more better. Wilson stayed. Raylan Wilson stayed. Because with CJ Allen gone, I thought that Raylan Wilson would be in his spot, but I think Raylan Wilson did stay, right? So I was right. Raylan Wilson would go in CJ Allen's spot, and I don't know who's going to be on the opposite side of Raylan Wilson. I think this is what they're going through right now defensively from the knowledge that I'm getting. Defensively, they're going through who needs to be the pass rusher. I think that's the biggest thing that they worry about. Linebacker-wise, I think they focus on that. Obviously, you got to be focused on every position. But I think from the reports that I've been seeing, the pass rusher is what they're trying to figure out who. That's why when people was asking, like, why are we not getting the pass rusher out of the portal? They know that the talent is already there. They just have to, it's like a puzzle. You got to figure out the piece to the puzzle. So I think that's what's going on at the University of Georgia. Hey, man, shout out to Russ, man. Russ just subscribed to the dog channel, man. You know I got to drop a bomb for all my new subscribers, man. Shout out to Russ, man, for subscribing to the dog channel. This is what we do over here. We have fun over here, man. Yeah, so at the end of the day, like I say, man, it's a lot going on at Georgia, right? It's going to be a lot of moving pieces going on. You know, you're not going to know what player is going to be where until we see the in the scrimmages, right? That's when you're going to get to see what's really going on in action. And we all are prepared for that. I'm prepared for that. I know you guys are prepared for it. Why Joel leave? I heard that Joel, I heard that he left because of Rashawn Dickinson. I heard that because he wasn't fully healthy. You know, he had that little arm situation, and he saw that Rashawn was, getting some playing time, and he like, hey man, I need to go somewhere else where I can really get it in at. Like this little young guy right here, he's stepping his game up. So let me go somewhere else. And that's what they tend to do. You know, like I talked about it in previous lives, previous videos. Hey man, the competition get real thick at the University of Georgia. Sometimes guys just can't handle it. So, you know, if you can't stand the heat, you know what you gotta do. You know, you gotta get the fuck up out the kitchen. You know what I mean? Yep. Somebody just said it. What's this? Chris just said it in the he just left a comment. Janelle, cause Rashawn Dixon and cause he's gonna cost more to keep than Dixon. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I told y'all, we recruit super high defensively. Bruh, the defense is where it's at. When it comes to the Dogs, the defense is where it's at. The defense is where the elite talent it really is. So that's why I'm never really concerned defensively. I'm just more so concerned with the the defensive coordinator for the most part. A lot of guys leave because they chasing the bag, but I like Kirby because he says when they leave, he makes sure when they go, we play them. Yeah, it is what it is, man. You can go wherever you want to go. And just think about it, man. How many guys out there that have real success leaving Georgia? I could count on my hands on how many guys had real success leaving Georgia. Not saying anything negative about them, but I'm just saying Georgia is the place to be if you're a defensive player. Why you think we have so many 4-star, 5-star guys? Defensively, that's where all of the 4 and 5 stars go. They go to the Georgia Bulldogs because they know they're going to get developed. They know they're going to be, playing on Sundays. So that's why we don't see a lot of top offensive guys as far as the wide receiver room goes, because we're not known to put guys in the NFL when it comes to the wide receiver game. Yeah, we had guys like Lad McConkey, and we had guys like George Pickens, but you can't name 10 guys offhand right now that is dominating in the NFL right now that came from Georgia. Like, it is what it is. I mean, it's guys that you can name that went to the NFL that played for Georgia, but it ain't many guys that you can say that are dominating in the NFL that came from Georgia. We need a big time playmaker receiver out of the portal. Go get Jordan season out of the portal. I don't know who that is. Like I said early on, man, I think that Georgia has shut it down. Just from my sources, I believe that Georgia has shut it down when it comes to targeting guys out the portal. Yeah, I think they good. I think they good. They feel like they good with what they got. Sokovia is not Zach, but I think he's gonna excel in those opportunities. I also think Craig Dandridge might find early playing time, like talented. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. You don't want to let these guys go. You have too many guys, man. You can't go get, like, you needed only one wide receiver. You have a 5-star wide receiver in Talon Taylor. You also have a 4-star wide receiver in CJ Wiley. So you cannot grab another receiver. If you go grab another receiver, somebody's transferring. So you don't want to lose a guy like Talon Taylor. He showed that he can be that guy, even though he dropped a touchdown pass against Alabama, and that could have won us the game. But he's young, so you want to make sure that you don't let guys leave, man. Some of these guys are talented, and you don't want them to leave for no guy to transfer portal just because you think he'll have success at Georgia. It don't work like that. Obviously, when it comes to Kirby Smart, what we think, it does not really matter when it comes to having success. So sometimes you got to kind of let that man cook. You know what I mean? If you want to be great and want the best to come out of you coming out of UGA, because everyone can't make it in Athens, just saying, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Dominique Kelly in the portal is a big loss. Yeah, I think that, like I said, and I'll say it again. Georgia does not want guys like CJ Wiley and Talon Taylor to leave. You don't want guys like that to leave. So therefore, because you got to think, you guys have to think, because everybody's screaming names, but are y'all looking at what class they in? No, nobody's looking at what class they in. A lot of times these guys be juniors. So you're going to only get 1 year of eligibility out of this player, and he's gone. And then you have to reload again. So I think that's what Kirby Smart mind frame is. He looking at it like, just like, for instance, just like for Khalil Barnes. When Khalil Barnes committed to Georgia, he said, okay, I got Khalil Barnes, but he turned around and got another guy out the transfer portal because he knows that Khalil Barnes only have 1 year of eligibility for Georgia. So I'm not only going to get one safety, I'm going to go grab another safety because when he's gone, I need somebody else to, fill that position. So I think Kirby Smart, I think they doing it logically. I think they doing it smart. I think they will be good. Hey, man, G Bama boy. Shout out to G Bama boy, man. The only time I see him is in my guy Mondo's live, man. So I got to drop a bomb for G Bama boy, man, for jumping off in the live and getting off in the comment section because I know a lot of people is kind of nervous about it. But I always tell y'all, man, if you want to get in the comment section, don't be afraid to get in the comment section. We have fun in the comment section. I never make a fool of nobody. I always comment to everybody or talk, to everybody and be respectful, man. As long as you were respectful, we all good. Bringing Gentry Williams made Dom Kelly transfer. Yeah, man, Gentry was one of those guys that I felt like, was a good pickup also. And I wanted to talk about him also. I just didn't know if we were going to actually pick him up because I felt like Georgia was on a roll. Like we were definitely on the road defensively. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to talk because I don't know if they're going to pick him up. But they finally grabbed him out of that portal, man. And like I say, Georgia has been aggressive. At the end of the day, all in all, hey, man, shout out to Kilo, too, because he always come through, man. And shout out to my boy, It's All Gravy, too, because he had to step in for Kilo for a minute, man. Thanks for tapping into the Doghouse, everyone. Ensure you subscribe, smash the like button, and keep hitting that love button. And you already know, go Dogs, man. Go Dogs, man. Shout out to the Dogs in the chat. Shout out to all 62 of y'all in the chat, man. Y'all just make me feel good, man, because we just be having that real dog talk over here. We had that real dog talk at the Doghouse. We don't sugarcoat nothing. We don't, you know what I mean? It's all real dog talk over here at the Doghouse. So, man, make sure y'all subscribe if y'all ain't already subscribed, man. And like I said, get in the comment section or get in the chat, man. Don't feel afraid to get in the chat because we just have fun in the chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, at the end of the day, all in all, man, it's gonna be a good season for the 2026 season, man. I want to say I can guarantee y'all that. I want to say that because I feel like it will. You know what I mean? I feel like this Georgia Bulldog team of 26 is gonna be dominant. I do feel like that. That's right, big dogs here. Yeah, you already know, man. We just have fun, man. It ain't nobody's hating on nobody disrespecting nobody. You know what I mean? Everybody have fun. Everybody, it's like family over here, man. This is the D4L chat, if y'all don't know. This is the D4L chat. If you don't know what the acronym is, D4L is Dog for Life. So shout out to the Dogs for Life out there, man. D4L, man. I don't know, Gravy. Hold up. Oh, I ain't know Gravy was holding it down. My bad. You got Gravy? Yeah, man. Gravy had to hold it down for us, man. He had to hold it down for us. Do you think we need to bring back Sam Pittman to help the O-line? I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea, but will it happen? I don't know. I don't even believe it'll happen, but I think that is a good idea. I'm ready to see CJ Wiley play. Man, we did see him play. You gotta pay attention, Wayne. We did see him play. He just, he got in with the second team. Can't remember what, I think it was against Charlotte or one of those little scrub teams. But it wasn't a lot going on. You know what I mean? He was just getting his foot in, you know what I mean? I think he dropped a pass or something like that. Or maybe caught a pass and didn't really get no yards. But we did see CJ Wiley. I think Talon Taylor is the guy that you need to be looking out for. Because he's the guy that's gonna show the flash coming this up and coming season. Watch out for the kid coming out of Bowdoin, Georgia. We got coming to Proflow. Oh yeah, Caden Proflow. Yeah, man. Caden Proflow is a big name. That's a big name. A lot of people's talking good things about this guy. So, he could be on the Brock Bowers type of level. This is what, I'm hearing, that this guy could be a big deal. So, a lot of people got to pay attention to him. Hopefully he comes and get developed the right way and does look pretty good. Thompson Blackshear, sleeper for me. Yeah, Thompson Blackshear. He's another guy. He's like a slot type of guy. He's one of those guys that like a Zachariah Branch type of guy, And that's let me say this too before I get off this live. Because I've been going for, an hour and 30 now. So the wide receiver room. I will say this from the sources that I've been getting, they are looking for a guy to replace Zach Branch. They had so much success with Zach Branch. They are looking for that type of guy that can replace him. I don't think they're gonna get it out of the portal. I think they're gonna have to develop it, from the guys that we already have. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I honestly feel like we do have enough guys to be able to do or do better than what we did in 25. So all in all, I want y'all to chill this season. Like, let's try to chill. Let's try not to overdo it. I know in some games we gonna do that because that's what we do at the Doghouse. We overdo it sometimes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We fans, right? But at the same time, let's just try to come into this thing a little more positive, a little more laid back, and a little more have a little more faith in what's going on at the University of Georgia. All in all, man, y'all already know what time it is, man. I'm about to get out of this thing, so let's rock out, man. Let's rock out, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, man, appreciate everybody that came off in the chat. Everybody that support the Doghouse, everybody that subscribed to the Doghouse, everybody that's been involved tonight, man. Yeah, this is what we do, man, at the Doghouse, man. We ride it out with a little tunes. You know what I mean? We try to get everybody comfortable and, involved, man. Make everybody feel good, man. What today is? Is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? It's Wednesday night, man, and we rocking out, man. Yeah, man. Let's go, y'all. We gotta get up out of here though at some point. We gotta get up out of here, so I'm gonna ride it out with the music, and y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to the Doghouse. I'm gonna continuously push out content for y'all to, just to make you think a little bit, right? I don't think there's a lot of content creators out there that's making you think. I'm just here to kind of make you think a little bit. You know what I mean? So, go Dogs to the family out there. Shout out to Dogs Forever. You know what I mean? But staying in the chat, staying down and having fun. Like I say, don't be shy to comment in the chat. It's a D4L chat, man. Dogs for life. This is what we do. We have fun. So long as you know about the dogs, as long as you, tune in and be respectful, and we ain't got no choice but to be respectful to you. So shout out to everybody out there. Enjoyed it. Your channel pop up on my I'll be back. Hey man, subscribe to the channel, G Bama. Go ahead and subscribe right now, man. This is where it's at right here, man. If you want to listen to Dog Talk, this is where it's at right here, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me, Major. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the Doghouse if you're not subscribed, man. Real talk, y'all. This is where we have real dog talk. We don't do biasness over here. You know what I mean? We don't do sugarcoating over here. We do real dog talk. I'm like the next door neighbor that just want to talk about the dogs. So come on over here and talk to me about the dogs. Come on, y'all. Let's do it, man. This is how we doing it. Yeah, it's Wednesday night, man. We having fun out here, man. We riding this thing out. Hey, we riding this thing out, man. Real talk. Hey, man, I'm about to get out of here, man. So shout out to all my dogs in the chat. Hey, man, shout out to G Bama as well as Dogs Forever, man, for subscribing to the dog, because I got to drop 2 bombs on them. Yeah, man. Hey, man, y'all stay tuned for more. Oh, there it is right there. Got another subscriber in the house, man. The real God. Just subscribe to the Doghouse. Hey, man, this is what we doing, baby. We dropping bombs in this thing. Hey, man, shout out to Adam Hernandez, too, and my guy, Kilo, man. Thanks for tapping in to the Doghouse, everyone. Ensure you subscribe, smash the like button, and keep tapping the love button. And you already know, go Dogs. We out this thing. Go Dogs.